Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Daily Motion, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Tuesday, February 3rd, 2015, around 5:03 in Belleville, Massachusetts. Sunny out. The sun's going down. It was about 20 degrees outside. Tomorrow, chance of snow showers. And Thursday, some steady light snow. Could be 3 to 5 inches. Some news to report. CBS Sports and Turner Sports have announced that Bill Raftery and Grant Hill will be the color man to Jim Nantz for the NCAA Final Four and National Championship games when the Final Four takes place in April. This will be the first time Bill Raftery will call a Final Four game and National Championship game on the television side. And that's about it on that. My next subject is about the New England Patriots Super Bowl dynasty. The New England Patriots have won 4 Super Bowls in the past 13 seasons, and they were so very competitive. And the Patriots weren't always competitive. They were one of the worst teams in football when they started back in 1960 as the Boston Patriots in the AFL. They were the 8th and final franchise granted to the AFL. It was owned by Billy Sullivan. And for the first 11 seasons, the Patriots were awful. They only made the playoffs one time in 1963. They got blown out in the AFL Championship game against San Diego Chargers by the score of 51-3. And plus, in addition, the Patriots were basically homeless. They played in temporary stadiums, BU's Nickerson Field for a few years, Fenway Park, BC's Alumni Stadium, and Harvard Stadium in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And the politicians in Boston did not want to give Billy Sullivan a football-only stadium. The Patriots had some stars during the 60s, like Gino Capuletti, the first major Patriots, Jim Cole Clow, Nick Bonafucci, Babe Palant, Jim Nantz, Bobby D, and Jim Lee Hunt were the first major stars for the New England Patriots, but they weren't only like Gino Capuletti, who was a superstar. The others were like marginal players at best. In 1971, after a threat by Billy Sullivan to move the Patriots to Tampa, Florida, the town of Foxborough, Massachusetts, which is in between Boston, Massachusetts, Providence, Rhode Island, on Route 1, built a 60,000-seat stadium for the Patriots because the NFL mandated in 1970 that all stadiums had to be at least 50,000 in capacity. And when they built it was called Schaefer Stadium, then Sullivan Stadium, then Foxborough Stadium. It only cost $6 million to build in 1971, and it was an awful facility. I'm telling you, it was an awful facility. It was a gigantic high school football field. And the Patriots were still awful, even though they drafted Jim Plunkett, quarterback out of Stanford, in 1971. He turned out to be a flop for the Patriots for the 5 seasons he was with them, but he got traded, and then he won 2 Super Bowls with the Oakland/Los Angeles Raiders. But they drafted some good players over during the 70s, like John Hanna, who was the most famous Patriot of all time, into somebody named Tom Brady, Mike Hayes, Tim Fox, Steve Grogan, Darryl Stingley, Sam Cunningham, Stanley Morgan, Julius Adams, Mosey Tutupu, and Steve Nelson. And in 1973, the Patriots hired Chuck Fairbanks, who was the coach of the University of Oklahoma football team, as their new head coach, and the Patriots started to get competitive. In 1976, they made it the AFC playoffs as the wild card team, and they would face off against the Oakland Raiders in the first round of the playoffs. They were robbed that game, and they were They won the AFC East Division title in 1978, and they did the only playoff game in Foxborough until 1997. They lost a close one to the Houston Oilers. But afterwards, the Patriots stunk again. Chuck Fairbanks was fired because he had a power struggle with Billy Sullivan. The Patriots continued to be mediocre, losing like games left and right. Fan interest was very low. In fact, the majority of the years that the Patriots were at Schaefer/Sullivan/Foxborough Stadium, they didn't even sell out. And by NFL rules, if they don't sell out a game at the stadium within 72 hours, the local affiliates, which at this time was WBZ TV4, could not show the game in the Boston market. You would probably have to go to Providence or Portland, Maine, or Springfield, Massachusetts to see the game. And plus, in addition, the New England Patriots were fourth in the interest in all of Boston's sports fans, a very low fourth. In fact, there were more interest in like college hockey and college football around this time than the New England Patriots because they just stunk. In the 1980s, the Patriots got a little bit better by drafting Tony Eason and Irving Fryer and Andre Tippett and Tony Collins, and they hired Raymond Bailey as head coach. In 1985, they made the AFC playoffs as a wild card team, and they made it to the 3 straight playoff games. They went on the road against the Jets, sorry about that, the Raiders, and the Dolphins, and they faced off against the Chicago Bears in Super Bowl 20, but they got murdered by the Chicago Bears 46-10. It was an awful game, and the Patriots had no business being at the Super Bowl with the Bears, in my opinion. They won the AFC East in 1986, but they lost a close playoff game against the Denver Broncos, and then the bottom followed off once again for the Patriots as they fell into mediocrity again. Billy Sullivan was losing big-time money because he made investments in that victory tour for the Michael Jackson, and they tried to bring Doug Flutie to get interest, but the Patriots were awful and stuff. Billy Sullivan sold the team to Victor Kiam, owner of Remington Razors in 1989, and the Patriots continued to stink. And people weren't going to the games. When Victor Kiam was owner, there was an infamous incident when a Boston Herald female sports reporter Lisa Olson got sexually harassed by a few of the Patriots players. It was awful. Interest continued to get low. People weren't seeing the games on television. There maybe only 1 or 2 games was shown in the Boston market a year for the New England Patriots at Foxborough Stadium, but they were bought by the affiliates. WBZ had bought so many tickets because it was a top AFC team, or a couple of times it was WHDH Channel 7 when there was an NFC game coming on, like an NFC team. They bought the tickets, the station did, so they could show it on the local television because it was awful. And there were rumors that the Patriots were going to leave town. They were sold to Leonard Osworth or whatever in 1992, and there was rumors he was going to move the Patriots to St. Louis. In 1993, the Patriots hired Bill Parcells as head coach, and they drafted Drew Bledsoe as the number 1 pick in the 1993 NFL draft. The combination of Bill Parcells and Drew Bledsoe made the Patriots competitive again. 4 seasons, they were pretty good. In 1994, the Patriots were saved from being moved to St. Louis when Bob Kraft, who was a season ticket holder of the New England Patriots since 1971, bought the team for a then record $172 million. And the Patriots were long-term going to stay in New England. And the Patriots had success in 1994. They drafted good. They had Curtis Martin, Teddy Bruschi, Bruce Armstrong, Ty Law, Troy Brown, and Vinatieri, and a few others. 1997, the Patriots made the Super Bowl, but they lost to Super Bowl 31 to the Green Bay Packers by the score of 35-14, and this was controversial. Sorry about that, I'm battling cold. Sorry about that. I'm battling cold, so bear with me. And around this time, Bill Parcells had a power struggle with Bob Kraft over player personnel, and then Bill Parcells. Sorry about that. I'm still battling a cold, so bear with me. Bill Parcells left the Patriots, and they hired Pete Carroll as coach. Pete Carroll was with the Patriots for 3 years, and the Patriots were decent. They made the playoffs 2 out of 3 years as Carroll was the head coach, but there was talk that Bledsoe was losing a step. Plus, they lost Curtis Martin to the Jets in 1998. They drafted Kevin Edwards to be his replacement, but Kevin Edwards suffered a career altering injury when he played a flag football game at the Pro Bowl. And at the end of the 1999 season, Bob Kraft fired Pete Carroll, even though he had a winning record during his 3 years with the Patriots. And then Bob Kraft hired Bill Belichick as head coach. Bill Belichick was an assistant to Bill Parcells with the New York Giants and stuff. And also Cleveland Browns. And the first year, the Patriots were 5-11, but they drafted a quarterback in the 199th pick in the NFL draft by a guy named Tom Brady. And it was talked that Drew Bledsoe was washed up, and a lack of faith happened on September 23rd, 2001. Drew Bledsoe was sacked and suffered internal injuries. He was hospitalized. He almost died. And then, sitting on the bench was Tom Brady. And from that moment on, Tom Brady has been the starting quarterback of the New England Patriots. And he saved the franchise. He made the franchise amazing. The Patriots won 11-5 in 2001, won the AFC East title, and they beat Raiders in the infamous tuck game in the divisional playoffs. Went to overtime in the last game at Foxborough Stadium, which was replaced by Gillette Stadium, and then they beat the Steelers in the AFC Championship games, and in the Super Bowl, which they were 2 touchdown. Sorry about that. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm still having some problems, so bear with me. And the Patriots beat the Rams by the score of 20-17 with the last-minute field goal by Ed Vinatieri, and that brought the Patriots finally the first Super Bowl championship. They were competitive in 2002. 9-7 didn't make the playoff. 2003 they went 14-2, beat the Titans in the divisional round, and then the Colts, and then the Panthers by the score of 32-29 in Super Bowl 38. And the Patriots were 14-2 in 2004. They beat the Colts in the divisional round. They beat the Steelers in the AFC title game, and they beat the Eagles in Super Bowl 39 by the score of 24-21. Brady and Belichick were 9-0 in the playoffs. They won the 10th straight game where they went 10-6 in 2005, but they got bounced by the Broncos. And the Patriots have been competitive ever since. They won AFC titles like crazy, AFC East titles, and they go deep in the playoffs. They have a great franchise. 2007, they went undefeated in the regular season, but they lost in the Super Bowl in the last-minute touchdown pass by Peyton Manning. And this was controversial because early in the season, Bill Belichick was with Spygate. 2008, Patriots had an 11-5 season despite Tom Brady tearing his ACL. They almost made the playoffs with Matt Castle as quarterback. Bear with me, I'm still battling cold. And in 2009, Patriots continue to win AFC East championships because the AFC is so weak. but they get bounced in the first or second round. The Patriots signed more and more good players. 2011, they win the AFC East title again, and they continue on the road to beat the Broncos, and then they beat the Ravens, and then they lose to the New York Giants in Super Bowl 42 in the last second touchdown pass. And then they continue to win AFC East championships, but they somehow lose out on the AFC title game. They lost in 2012 to the Ravens, 2013 to the Broncos, and 2014 they got the best record in the AFC, despite there was rumors early in the season when the Patriots were 2-2 that Brady and Belichick were not seeing eye to eye, but they finished with a 12-4 record. They beat the Ravens in the divisional round, the Colts in the championship game, despite there was rumors about the deflated balls there. We're not going to talk about that because I'm not going to talk about it. And at Super Bowl 49, the Patriots came back from a 10-point deficit with 7 minutes left to beat the Seahawks by the score of 28-24, solidifying the Patriots with a 4th Super Bowl championship in 13 years. Pretty amazing, considering the Patriots were, in 1993, this close to being gone from St. Louis, and if they left for St. Louis, Boston would probably not have a football team, and it would be very boring on Sundays. But New York Giants fans, but people don't understand. We were this close to losing the Patriots to St. Louis, but like Bob Kraft saved the day, and Brady and Belichick are one of the best success stories for coach and quarterback in NFL's history, bar none. That's about it on the Patriots dynasty, and I would not be surprised if the Patriots win the Super Bowl 1 or 2 more times before Brady and Belichick retire. I bet you 2-1 they retire together, and I don't think the Patriots will stink again because I think Bob Kraft has a plan. I think he probably maybe scouting around for the next Bill Belichick and the next Tom Brady and stuff like that. And the Patriots are a success story. Be back later. Facebook friends, YouTube followers, Twitter followers, and Daily Motion followers for the last video blog of the night, which will be about Kevin Garnett personality profile. See you later. Bye now.